Okay, we got a ton done yesterday. I got in a piece of board, can't really see it I guess, but all the way down there, that piece of board on the other side of the wheel hub, and today this piece behind the wheel hub is going in very soon, and so that a stud can sit right on top of it right there. But before I can work on that stud, and the point of this video is to run an extra outlet if you need one, and that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm absolutely not a professional, hardly even a decent amateur, so consult a professional before you do anything that I'm doing. Hopefully this doesn't turn out into a burned down camper because of my electric skills. But with that said, it seems pretty simple, and I'm going to go ahead and do it. Basically, I bought this Romex wire. It's 14 to 2, and what that 2 means is that there's only 2 in here plus the ground, white, black, and ground. Well, in houses a lot of times they have 4 now, and I don't need that in my trailer. As you can see, there's just 2 black, white, and a ground, and that's what I'm going to repeat. So basically, always shut your breaker off. The most important thing is to shut your breaker off and make sure that you're working without a hot outlet or hot wires. Once that's done, basically you're going to follow what they've done here. If I show you this, you can see. So here's how we're going to remember this, where goes what. Black always goes with brass, B and B. And white always goes with aluminum. See how the white wire goes to the aluminum screw, and this black wire goes to a brass screw right there? Well, it absolutely needs to be set up that way, okay? And on the new ones, they've changed it a little bit to try and be helpful. I guess it just depends who you are and your experience already, whether it's actually helpful or not. But basically this plug has black, so instead of brass, I'm going to put the black into the black, and the white into the white, or into the silver, and the ground into the green. So sometimes your ground wire will have green, and you'll have a black and white. But in any event, back to this one, I'm going to stop here and wire it up, but basically you see the brass screws on one side, so that means that this open receptacle right here for black on the left right there, that needs my new black. And this one with the aluminum right there in that hole, that means my new white. My 2 grounds, the existing ground and the ground for my new wire, use a wire nut to connect those 2, so you'll see that when I kick the camera back on next time, and then reconnect that ground, which is now elongated, to the ground wire on your receptacle, which is this one here, and this is an old receptacle. So anyway, the last bit of information is that this 14 gauge wire is a little smaller than what's in here. 12 is what's in there. I bought 14, I didn't even see 12, so that's a little frustrating. But basically the consequence is that if it might be a little easier to kick my breaker on this circuit. Basically there's 2 circuits in this RV. There's one circuit, you can see the Romex there, it goes on this wall, and it would normally stop here, but I'm running it longer over this wall into the loft bedroom. So that's where the 2 outlets are on this wall, I guess. Kind of skimpy, right? And then here's the other circuit, and there's one there, one there. Are there only 2 on that wall? Looks like there's only 2 on that wall. So now we've got 4 total outlets. Oh no, you know what? I'm wrong. There's 3 on this circuit, because there's one right there. So, but you can see we're just adding a circuit. So if you have shorter or smaller gauge wire and you're putting that into a system that's got bigger wire, keep in mind that's your weak point, and you know, if you ever overload the circuit, you're more likely to kick your breaker. But it's not much of a fire hazard from what I understand. It's a new outlet, it's tamper proof and wet proof, and it's supposed to just kick the breaker if any overload happens. So I will kick this back on once it's finished and ran, hooked up the way it's supposed to be, and just show it. So yep, explain what I did. I'm done now. If you look closely, you can see this right here is the original ground. Okay, this one right here is the original ground. In fact, you can just tell the 12 gauge, the larger wires, are the previously installed wires, and the 14 smaller wires are mine, the ones I just put in. So anyway, this one here that my finger is on, that's the original ground. As you can see, I just moved that connection backward along the ground and then ran a wire nut to connect my new ground to the old ground. So here's my Romex coming out of the wall. There's the old Romex. So then my white, if you look at the back, goes to the white, and my black goes to the black. So there's that. You can see my white in the white, my black in the black. I'm grounded. So now I'll just basically shove this back in there, and this Romex that you see here is what will continue on to our bedroom. So there you go. If you found that useful, please rate, share, subscribe, comment. Thanks a lot.